into bite sizes that is meant to help you take charge of your health and your welfare. We have a very interesting topic for discussion. Today, we're discussing health benefits of mushrooms. What indeed are mushrooms? And do they really have health benefits? What are those benefits? Well, these and more will be coming your way if you stay tuned to the end of the show. I'm your host, Chigiti Agorom, and we invite you to be a part of the conversation. So go on over to our social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram at Signature TV Official. Go like, comment, share a story or a submission about mushroom. We want to hear from you. Don't forget we are live 247 on SLTV Channel 265, and you can download the Signature TV app from the Google Play Store so you can get notifications each time a new episode or program drops. Don't go anywhere. Inside Health continues after this break. If you're just joining us, thank you and welcome to Inside Health on Signature TV. Today we are discussing the health benefits of mushrooms. Our guest is an agro farmer. Her name is Amaka Anita Allison. She's in studio and she's going to give us all the information we need to understand about mushrooms and their health benefits. Hello Amaka, thank you for joining us on this show.
Thank you very much.
So I've heard a lot about you, about this mushroom lady that is making waves, and I couldn't wait to have this chat with you. So you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited too because I want to know your story. I want to hear your story. I mean, why mushrooms?
Yeah, because mushrooms are, like I said, I always say, is our great medicines of the planet Earth. They are food, they are life. They are vital for our very existence, and they are very, very, very much needful for the present day living, because we are being exposed to a lot of toxins in the environment. Then there are also now more demands for, plant-based, then the alternatives that are more natural to the body because of too much health issues that people are now encountering out there. So mushroom actually has come to our rescue at the moment, because if you understand what mushrooms can do, what mushrooms are for, you definitely run to them as a panacea at this period.
But what was the interest for you?
Yeah,
your agric days, you could have been poultry, you could have been fishery, you could have been other sort of agriculture.
Yes.
Why? What's the particular what was it about
I think
mushrooms that caught your attention?
What caught my attention to mushroom is that mushroom is actually it came out actually at the time during that COVID period. Yes. The poultry business is shut down.
You went to poultry too?
I was into fish really, okay. But there were no fish. So the fish you can buy, the fish that you are feeding, you don't have feed to feed the fish. And then even to go and buy meat then was really very, very difficult and very, very expensive. So the market wasn't really there. So I started thinking, what will somebody now take that will give you enough protein? And then the vegetables too were in there because the markets were not that open and things like that, So those that were open were at their own risk because everywhere was shut down. So I started thinking, what can somebody get around him that will solve the problem of meat? Giving children food without meat and things like that, and also be healthy and things like that. So I now started researching, and then I stumbled into mushroom, and I discovered that they have a lot of proteins, and discovered that mushroom is one thing that has a lot of minerals, vitamins, and what you're looking for in herbs and in spices is in one thing. So, and I started noticing also that where they display mushroom dishes, you wouldn't see vegetables and fruits around them because the mushrooms itself contains those things. So it was like seeing an all-in-one thing I was looking for.
Like an
all-stop
shop for
yes, and then besides then too, I was looking for an alternative that I've always liked, an indoor farming. something that I can do within the confine of an environment that is secured and then easy to monitor. And the mushroom farming actually came into place because somehow it fits. It's an executive indoor farming. I actually started in my children's bedroom because they were in yes, when I started, because they were in school and the room was empty. Nobody was using it. To see how easy it is to start mushroom, you can start it at anywhere, any corner. So far you have a little space that is a little bit cool, you can start mushroom. So that's how I started growing my own meat. I can't remember the last time.
2020.
Well, the interest started, the quest. Yeah. So it's 2021. I started it fully. I've been in it for about 4 years plus now.
Interesting.
Yes.
Now, tell us, this is a health show. So we want to extract all the health benefits of mushroom.
Yes.
You said you wanted something that will give you all the protein and all the vitamins and minerals.
Yes.
Tell us the content, the health content in mushroom. And I do realize that there are different types. So before we get to the types, tell us the content. Because you said that you wanted something that will be a replacement for synthetic drugs and things like that. Something that will help you rid toxins. So it's also an antioxidant in itself.
Very much.
Tell us the contents of mushroom.
Okay, let me start with understanding that mushrooms are basically fungi.
They are fungi.
Yes.
We are told that fungi are microorganisms that hurt us.
No, they are healthy fungi.
Oh, they are healthy
yes. Fungi. Now, they are what they call gourmet mushrooms, and they are what you call medicinal mushrooms. Now, gourmet mushrooms are mushrooms you can just cultivate.
Gourmet means G-O-R-M-E-T.
Yes,
like
food.
That you cook.
Okay. You can get them in restaurants, hotels, and cook them in your own houses and things like that. And then there are medicinal mushrooms. Those are the ones I call the dogoyaro of mushrooms. Like, you have vegetables, you have ugu.
Yeah.
You have water leaf, you cook them, you use them to, but you don't cook soup with dogoyaro. Because these ones, that are medicines.
Herbs,
so there are mushrooms that are in that class. As we continue, I'll show you those mushrooms.
Okay.
We'll talk more about
Okay, so what are we looking at and what are the contents?
Okay, now this is basically, we call them the oyster. This is a very, very common mushroom. You can see we grow them in bags. This one is coming out from this bag. You can see this one is coming out from this bag, things like that. So this is basically, it's the that's the most proteinous of all the mushrooms. It has a high content of protein. So when you're looking for an alternative for meat, now that meat is expensive, people will buy very few anyway. They may buy chicken once in a week. The mother will give the organ, give to herself, and maybe that Sunday, by Monday, Tuesday, there's no meat in the pot. And children that eat it, they're not taking it. But if you can grow your mushroom by the side of your house, in one of your balcony, or behind your house, or any environment, you can grow in different ways. I can always teach you what to do or show you with time, or maybe as we continue. You now have protein. Like I said, I can't remember how much is the meat. 1 kg of meat. I don't remember the last time I bought meat. So with this one now, you cook with it, you have meat already in your food. So it has enough protein. And apart from the protein, this mushrooms contains a lot of vitamins. You have vitamin D, is not easy to get. We used to say it's in the sunlight. But now with the depletion of ozone layer, you can hardly get real vitamin D. Mushroom contains vitamin D. This mushroom is high in vitamin B. This oyster mushroom. And that's why it's used to treat anemia. It contains folates, like folic acid.
Yes, that's B complex.
Yes. And its origin started during the time of the German War, where children were kind of malnourished and they were looking for alternative. This mushroom came into as a
so it's not originated, it's originated from outside of Nigeria.
Well, the culture of eating mushroom has been there. I know our ancestors, because people in the village will always think there's a mushroom that's, people eat mushrooms, they know. That's one thing. You don't eat mushroom, you don't know. So the culture has been there. But the medicinal and the contents is what we are beginning to understand and to know, that these things are really medicine, these things are really antioxidants, these things are really a lot of vitamins. They contain potassium and they're not easy to get. Most times, even with the farming that we have now, with so much pesticides, herbicides, and everything, and even depletion of the soil, most of these minerals, you cannot get them again. But in mushrooms, they are retained in mushrooms. You get potassium, you get calcium, you get selenium. This one contains what they call L-egothianine.
they call it the
Is it an amino acid?
yes, age boosting supplement, anti-aging boost supplement. So it prolongs your kind of
Youth.
longevity, in the sense that it makes you more youthful, more vibrant. So there are a lot of things in consuming mushroom. They're taking vitamin, they're taking minerals, they're taking the things you're looking for in herbs and in spices too, inside one thing. So, and it's easy to cultivate. That's why.
We'll get to that. You said ever since you discovered this oyster mushroom, meanwhile, this is a gourmet mushroom.
Yes.
It's not herbal.
It's also, it has some medicinal, but not as
It
medicinal
looks
as some
too
other.
good. It needs to be eaten. Now, my question is,
Yes, it's
does it taste like meat? I know it's plant protein,
Yeah, there are
but
different types of
you know
mushrooms.
why I'm asking this question is, because you understand the content, you know that this can quite easily substitute, be a good substitute for meat. But does it taste like meat? What's it taste like?
Yes. Mushroom has what they call the umami test. That's what they call the sixth sense test. Umami. It's like, wow, what is this I'm eating? That umami is like, there's a feeling like, so this is this good. So like I said, there are so many varieties of mushrooms. There are over 300,000 species, but we have about 10,000 that are really, research for, planting domesticated. So, and all of them have different tastes. Like this one has its own taste. This one is normally, this is shiitake. It's normally used in pizza. It's very meaty.
Yeah.
You understand? This one is the wheat air mushroom. It has its own taste. Each mushroom has its own taste. This one is the lion's mane mushroom. It tastes like crab, shrimp.
Wow.
Yes, there's mushroom also that is tastes like chicken. It's called the chicken of the woods. You won't even know it's not chicken you're eating. And I've seen people around that told me that they know that. I know my mother-in-law before she's lived now. She told me there's a particular mushroom that they eat that is tastes exactly like chicken. So mushroom actually came to really stand as an alternative in creation.
Most people, the mushrooms they know, the ones although this one is dried, the one they call that looks like toadstool. That's the mushroom, the one that looks. Yes.
That's the variety that there are different varieties in different locations. That's the one that is maybe in common in their location.
Okay.
But what we do now is that we try to encourage people to start looking at taking some of the domesticated ones.
Yes.
Like you said, if you go to leopard is bushmeat, it's not true. Goat is bushmeat, is meat too. But you don't grow leopard, you grow goat.
Yeah.
So we now encourage people to start growing the domesticated ones because you get all the proteins that you need. And there are some that are more delicious than the other. Understand? And then some you have to learn how to cook them so that you get the taste that you want.
We'll get to that one because I'm really interested in knowing how to cook them. Now, these are gourmet mushrooms. Tell us about the herbal mushrooms.
Yes, some of the herbal mushrooms. Some mushrooms have dual nature. They are both gourmet and then medicinal at the same time. Okay, I didn't bring out the Ganoderma mushroom. I think I left it out here before I came in. But that particular mushroom, we have the tincture here.
How was this produced?
This is what we call a double deportation, both alcohol and water extraction. That mushroom is called the mushroom of longevity, Ganoderma mushroom. It's the most researched mushroom, healthy, and it's very healthy, and it's a solution to a lot of health issues. That mushroom also the Ganoderma mushroom helps to boost white blood cell. So
immunity.
Yes, anything that boosts white blood cell is very, very good for immunity. That's why they call it the mushroom of longevity, the mushroom of immortality. That's actually what it's known for. You can always get to Google now, put mushroom of immortality. Ganoderma, these are the total of mushrooms. So, and those mushrooms also help people with multiple health issues, people that are suffering AIDS, people that are suffering cancer. When they start administering those mushrooms to them, in most cases, they will tell you that they have improved health and improved lifestyles.
Outcomes.
Now, this one is the lion's mane. A few years ago, in the 2020s.
This is mushroom?
Yes. It's called the lion's mane.
Can I have a few of it?
It's right. It's for brain. It's called the ultimate brain mushroom. It helps to grow the nerves of the brain. It helps to also focus.
Feels like sponge.
Yes, it's spongy, really bit spongy. Also helps the retention of memory. Very good for
So
dementia.
it's good for dementia, Alzheimer's,
Yes, Alzheimer's.
and persons with
Parkinson,
neurologic
Yes,
issues.
even for focus too. Most times you read, even for children that are preparing for exams and things like that. So it helps the brain. People that have strokes, things like that, nerve issues, it helps you withdraw nerves from the brain and all the neural problems. It helps very much.
So can this be a gourmet
It's
mushroom?
not gourmet because it has a very nice taste. You can see it now. Let me open it up. You can see the
It's like
texture.
bread.
Still. Yes, very very sweet mushroom.
Okay. Now, how is mushroom prepared? Start with gourmet mushroom.
Yes, we encourage people to cook mushroom very very well before you eat it.
How so?
Because mushrooms well contains what they call keratin. Keratin prevents it from from being damaged. But one thing it does is that it coats the wall, so and it has to it requires a lot of heat for it to really open up. So that's
Keratin
why
reminds me of the makeup of nails, right?
I don't know,
Keratin.
keratin
But
is
it's
like
it's
the
a
covering-
thick it's a
it's
thick
thick
covering.
of mushrooms. So most mushrooms contain it. So people are advised to cook mushroom very well. The more you cook mushroom, the more it releases the healthy benefits in it. Don't just get mushroom and eat it raw. It's not advisable. And then if you must eat mushroom, make sure you cook it very, very, very well.
Okay, so you're preparing something like maybe soup
Yes, you are preparing
or
something like soup
or
with this.
porridge jam.
Yes.
How do you inculcate your gourmet mushroom
So
into
what I
the
normally do is that I do
the
what
food?
I marinate, I saute and marinate.
You do? Please
Yes.
break it down because when you say saute and marinate, most
So
people will
what
not
I do
understand.
is that
So break it down.
I kind of like this one. If I want to cook with this oyster, most times if I have
They're
varieties,
so
if you
beautiful.
mix, yes, if you mix, they are delicious too. If you know how to cook them, you can even make this one taste like chicken.
Please teach us now. Teach
So
us.
what
now.
I do is that you bring
You
it
pluck
out.
them?
You don't just bring it out. Most times we encourage people not to soak it so much in water because if you squeeze it now, you find that it naturally has a lot of water in it. So what you do is you break it, slice it a little. Don't just put it so that it doesn't look like this.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
pot.
yeah, yeah, sure.
Just like this. Then what I do is that you get a little bit of oil, natural oil.
You mean bread oil,
Yeah,
palm oil?
If you're cooking soup now, it's red
Okay,
oil.
okay,
Then put it in the oil. You put on some onions has to be there.
okay.
Then
yeah.
put the mushroom there. Let it fry because mushroom, like I said, the wall is very very thick, so you need to break it down with a lot of heat. That's why most times you say frying is not good, but the mushroom is allowed.
Okay, now so if you put the onion and then put the mushroom, won't
Mushroom,
the
and then
won't the timing affect the onions? Because onions are actually fragile.
No, once you put the onions and you put the mushroom,
Okay.
Once the onions enters the pot, the next thing comes in the
Okay.
mushroom. So
That's-
once it is frying with it,
Okay.
it will actually prepare the environment to accept the mushroom, to onions to not to really overfry.
Overfry.
So you now start frying, put in your spice, and fry it very very well.
Hmm.
That's just the secret.
You just did
Don't
your
just
saute.
You just don't, unless you're cooking something like porridge. Like when I'm cooking porridge here, I can easily tear it as the porridge is coming out, tear it and to boil.
So
with
you
it.
can actually use this in your coleslaw.
Yes, like we have mushroom burger, we have mushroom pizza, we have mushroom shawarma, we have mushroom suya. Yeah, you can use mushroom to do anything because there are different varieties of mushrooms. There are mushrooms that taste like what this one, like I said, is very shiitake. It's very,
Could
very
you
sweet
pull one
mushroom.
out so that
This
the
one?
camera can capture? Yeah.
Which one? This one.
That's that.
This one is shiitake.
Shiitake.
Yes, it's both gourmet and medicinal too. Very, very good for bone health, lowers cholesterol.
How do you
Yes.
prepare this?
Just the same way every other mushroom is prepared. Like this one now is dried. Most mushrooms, like you see this mushroom now, once you harvest mushrooms, if you're not cooking it that day, the next thing you do is that you have to put it in the fridge. If you're not putting it in the fridge, you have to dehydrate it so that it can last for at least 6 months or 1 year.
Can you freeze it?
Yes, you can freeze. But the best thing to do is to dry it. Once you dry mushroom, it can stay for 1 year without spoiling.
Under the
So what I
sun
normally
or
tell people-
in the oven?
Normally, what we do is that we use dehydrator, food dehydrator, so that it can retain the contents and then also the quality too.
Without denaturing it.
Yes.
Okay.
So once you bring this one now, you put it in you just tear it up a little because
It's a bit hard because it's dry.
Not very hard. It's not really hard. It's a little bit meaty in its texture too. So you just soak it in warm water for for about 15 minutes or so. Bring it out, just fry, put your spices. You can even put your tomato paste or whatever you're using, or fresh tomato. Cook it very, very well. You put it before you put it inside any other dish. So that way, the mushroom have absorbed some of the spices that you use, and some of the well, maybe the cubes you used to prepare it,
And the keratin would have been broken up.
yes, it now gives you the taste that you want.
Okay.
But this one tastes more meatier than each mushroom.
What
has
about the
its own
spongy one? How do you prepare it?
taste. It's something. Just that this one is a little bit spongier, because it's a little bit spongier because it's now this mushroom is already dried. So when you're cooking it, when you soak it, because of the sponge, it naturally has more water than this one. So what we normally do is that we put this one in the frying pan. Use the frying spoon to kind of reduce the
Press on
it
it.
so that the water will come out
Yeah.
a little before you now start
Processing it.
yes, start processing it for cooking. That's what we do, but you still get the taste of it because it's very, very sweet too.
Okay.
So some are sweeter than the other,
Yeah.
depending on what you want to cook.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we're still talking health benefits, but
Yes.
I am curious about the bagging. The
Yes.
soil is white. We expect soil to be brown. So, how do you prepare the bags? What's inside the
Okay,
bags?
mushrooms
And
are-
do they come in? Do they come as seeds? How do you get your seedlings?
yes.
I mean, how do you cultivate?
You seem to be asking so many things at the same time.
So you
let's
have all
talk
the
about
time. You have all the time.
bag now. You see this mushroom, what they call mushroom substrate bag. You can see mushroom coming out from this one. So this one is a little bit bigger. You see it's coming out from here now. Sorry, let's look at that one. Are you seeing this one as it's coming out from here? This bag now, like mushroom is like a zero waste farming. You use waste. You can use sawdust. This one is a preparation of what you use for the substrates. That's the growing medium. That's what we call the substrates. It's not soil. We use a waste like a sawdust. I've never really bought sawdust. Rice bran to make this one up. We sterilize it and then put in the seed. The seed is just that which it's called the spawn. That's the way we prepare the seed, but this is the mushroom seed. So we now put it inside. It will now start, colonizing the bag. When you do it, the bag is brown. But when you finish colonizing it, it becomes white. Once it is white, fully white, it starts flushing like flour. Start coming out. You see this one now is flushing out. Yes, you can have multiple flushes for about 3 months before the bag now go and compost it. Composting means you now return it back to the soil, because what it does to the soil is that it now detoxifies the soil and returns the soil back to nature. Of course, you know that this mushroom is very, very powerful when it comes to oil spillage. It is the mushroom that is used in biomediation, this particular mushroom, for clearing the oil spillage, like maybe that Niger Delta issue. The mycelium of this mushroom, if you spread it around there, it can recover that place in about 2 to 3 weeks. So if anything that does that, you can now imagine what it does in the body.
In the body. Wow,
So
interesting.
it contains a lot of dietary fiber for the body.
This
And
is the
this is oyster. It's
oyster.
very, very popular and one of the easiest mushrooms to grow. Very,
You
very
know,
easy to grow.
growing up, we were told that mushrooms that they grow on dead palm trunks.
Okay. Yes.
So,
Yes.
no, what kinds of mushrooms, or is it every kind of mushroom that grows from dead,
No. There are different varieties.
tree
of mushrooms.
trunks?
No, they are saprophytic mushrooms. Like this one now, that's why you do the sawdust, gives you that tree. Something
feel.
like that. So some saprophytic mushrooms actually can grow from trees, but they are compost-loving mushrooms. Like at times you see where they, somewhere so as if mushroom is coming from the ground. You've not seen it. There are
Yes,
some
yes,
that come
yes,
from the
yes,
tree.
yes,
There are
yes,
some
yes.
from those ones
Yes.
are compost mushrooms. So there are also mycorrhizals. Those ones have a symbiotic relationship between the soil and the tree plants. Those ones like there's a mushroom that is called truffle. That truffle mushroom is the most expensive culinary mushroom. Very, very delicious mushroom. That one is, whenever you see a pig and it's digging something from the ground, it is that truffle that is digging out. And then they train dogs to identify
Sniff
the
it out.
mushroom. It's not very easy to cultivate because they are mycorrhizal. They develop a symbiotic relationship between the soil and the tree roots inside the soil. So they go
Interesting.
inside. But the ones that are like, there's another mushroom that, it's called tramella. Now those ones are parasitic mushrooms. There's a way you grow them too. So each mushroom has its own growing specifications.
Sure,
But
sure.
generally, they are grown on waste products. Like this one is sawdust. Some grow with dry leaves, sugarcane baggers, granite shells. You know, things that you actually throw away. These are the things that you use to grow mushrooms. That's why it's very, very easy to cultivate and very, very cheap to also, you know, to cultivate too.
Now I'm looking at this. It seems as though something has been dried and,
Yes.
blended for
Yes.
tea.
Yes.
So
Yes.
tell us,
You have mushroom
aside the
teas,
fact that you can cook it and put it in your meals, you can also dry it
yes.
and blend it. Tell us
Yes.
about that.
Yes, like this oyster mushroom now. Like for instance, you can have children. Like when my children were growing up, anything they don't like, they'll find it in their pap.
That's a good one, actually.
So you find a way, like mothers, you know, I try to encourage them.
Yes.
Try to be innovative.
Especially
You know,
picky children,
yes,
picky
mushrooms,
eaters.
like some of them, if you put this thing, no matter what you tell them, they won't want to eat it. No matter how sweet
They'll
you
remove
make
it from the food.
Yes. So what you do is that you dry these mushrooms and then try and put it in powder. And it's in this powdered form now. You can go as pap for pap. You can use it to cook your soup as part of your spice. That way you're adding mushroom in water. You put it in your porridge. Use it to make your tea. You understand? You are not getting the healthy benefit, the protein that you need. Your children are getting the enough protein. You're getting the vitamins. You're getting the minerals. You understand? And you're getting the immunity that your system needs. So in every way, just make it easier for you to take once it is grinded this way. And that's okay. There is a mushroom coffee that we make with Ganoderma. The Ganoderma is not at this table at the moment.
Okay.
But that Ganoderma mushroom is normally taken as coffee. And it's grinded this way, but it's brown. Because once you harvest the mushroom is already very thick. So it's not, you know that this one doesn't joke with the pot. It's not a no-nonsense mushroom. It's one of the dogoyaros of mushroom. So that one is, you must grind it. Once you grind it, you can take it as coffee. But the greatest way to take it is as a tincture.
How was this produced?
Like I said, we do a double extraction with alcohol and water.
Please take us through the protocol.
Well, the process is not too hard, but a little bit technical, because you have to first of all do the alcohol extraction for some weeks. After the alcohol extraction, now you do the water extraction. It's something that maybe somebody needs to observe before you can understand it. But we call it double decantation. Why do you do that? This mushroom is so powerful. There are some properties of the mushroom that doesn't dissolve in water.
Yes.
So most people take it just as coffee. When they take it as coffee, they don't get all the benefits. They get about 60%, 40% of the benefits.
Okay.
When you do double extraction, you do it as tincture, you now get 100%, because some of the minerals they need that cannot dissolve in water
Dissolve in the alcohol.
Yes.
But
in
but
extraction.
this is what I want us to get out. Step one, maybe soak in water for some time. I just want to understand the
Some of those
process.
steps,
And then the alcohol. Is alcohol edible?
well, when you talk of people that make tincture, something like vodka.
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
you use
okay,
things like vodka to
okay.
do it.
So you soak it
Yeah.
for some time, then you
Yes,
drain the
for
water.
some weeks, and then you now extract it. When you finish the extraction, you now do the concentrate. You now pass it through water. You heat it in the water for some time, and then mix it up. And then, as they say, it's a little bit technical, but it's better observed than maybe told.
Sure.
told
And how to do it.
But it's not too hard to process, but it's a little bit technical, like I said, because there are some percentage. You have to know the quantity of the water. You have to know the quantity of the alcohol. There's a percentage mix for the two.
Maybe we'll bring you back so that you can take us through that
Okay,
process.
no
Yes.
problem. We'll
All
do
right.
it. Yeah.
So how do you know edible mushrooms from poisonous mushrooms? Because there are actually mushrooms that are poisonous,
Yes.
that can actually be used as poisons.
Thank
So
you.
how do you know?
Yes, the greatest way that you know is don't take any mushroom without you know. Because in your culture, there could be a particular mushroom you eat in your place, but if you come to my own side, you don't eat it. So to be on the safe side, any mushroom you don't know, don't eat. But like I said, we already have the domesticated ones. That's why we train people. Why running from mushrooms? Why don't you? There's shiitake, there's lion's mane, there's a button mushroom. There are a whole range of them that you can grow and things like that. But what we do, they are poisonous mushrooms. But what we do, we have mushrooms where we identify them. You know, there is a mushroom identification. Even now, there's a mushroom identification app that they have. So when you bring in a mushroom, like now, That's why we advise people. See this oyster. This is oyster mushroom. Do you know that it has a poisonous substitute that looks exactly look alike? Some mushrooms have poisonous look alike. This mushroom has a poisonous look alike. It's called jack-o'-lantern. Very beautiful. You know, this mushroom also has different varieties. It has a pink one. The pink one tastes like pork. It has a yellow one. The yellow one tastes like cashew nuts. It has a blue, the grey. Then that one looks like orange. So you can think that it's part of it. But jack-o'-lantern is a poisonous mushroom. You know, you understand? So what we do is that once you bring that mushroom, you give it to people that already know it. You take it to an identification group. You have a group. Once you are growing mushroom, you must belong to that group. That group now identifies the mushroom for you. Tell it exactly the kind of mushroom, the poisonous content and things like that. So, but there are already some mushrooms that are already been researched and known. These are not poisonous mushrooms, and there are a lot of them that we know, like these ones I'm bringing here. We still have so many of them, and still about 10,000 research ones that you can grow, and they're all around us. You understand? So why are you looking for the
sure
ones,
when you have these ones, right?
You have these ones.
All right.
And some people will say that it's from tree, that good trees produce
But does that really
good
follow?
mushrooms. No, it doesn't, because I have a mango tree in my compound. It's producing Ganoderma mushroom, it's producing oyster mushroom, and it's producing some poisonous mushrooms at the same time. Because what causes the tree to bring out those mushrooms is the mushroom spore. Once the spore touches it, the spore is like a seed, but it's like microscopic. You can't see it visibly. So there's a way we capture it. This is the mushroom seed. Sorry, if I mix it together and think about it. There's a way we capture it. This is the Ganoderma mushroom spawn. We call the seed spawn and pass it through the grain. We capture it, pass it through. It's a process that is a little bit very technical, very technical, and we have to do it under a very sterilized environment in a lab. You have to have, if you're preparing mushrooms,
All right.
you have to have a lab to prepare.
Amaka, you will hold that thought. We'll get back to this, but we'll need to go on a short break. Don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss the concluding part of this episode. Do stay with us.
The way we see the world shapes the way we change it. Gender isn't just a checkbox, it's a lens, one that helps us understand the world more deeply and act more fairly. Gender Perspectives, a program for those ready to see more, do more, and be more. Designed to challenge assumptions, ignite conversations, and build inclusive solutions across every sector of society.
We are not, fighting the men. We are not saying we are equal in terms of rights. We're only asking they should recognize our existence.
Join us on Gender Perspectives, showing every Saturday by 4 p.m. Repeat every Wednesdays by 5 p.m. and Thursdays by 3 p.m. Change begins with perspective. Let's widen yours.
Thanks for staying with us. We are still talking the health benefits of mushrooms. Amaka Allison is doing justice to this topic, and you just want to stay and hear her to the end. Welcome to my doctor and I. But before we go into some of the questions that we gleaned from our social media platform about this particular conversation, I wanted you to complete what you were saying before we went on a break about the spore.
Okay. Like I said, there's the spawn. The mushroom spawn can grow anywhere. So you don't just say that because a tree is a good tree or a bad tree, it's producing. And that's why people can get mushroom poison, because you think that the tree is a mango tree. It's not it's an edible tree. So any mushroom that grows there is no. You don't do that. So that's why we now that we are growing it, we prepare it in our own way, but it has to be it's a little very, very technical, in a kind of sterilized environment and a lab. And then we now have to capture that, because like I said, the spores are a little bit microscopic.
Yeah.
There's a way we capture it, pass it through a grain. Like this one was passed through millets. This is a millet that was colonized. See how hard it is. And now became, so when you want to, I actually brought it so you can now open it, break it up.
So when you want to plant, this is what you take to plant.
Yes, put it in the bag. By the time you spread it in this sawdust bag, it starts becoming white until it's fully white. Okay,
so is there an anti-poisoning for mushroom poisoning?
Well, I don't know anything about anti-poisoning, but what is normally advised now, once you get mushroom poisoning, rush and go to the hospital for medication. But to prevent it, don't even, like you said, grow your own mushrooms. Because some people in the process of harvesting a good mushroom, there are mushrooms that grow together with other mushrooms. You understand? So in the process of trying to harvest them, you may harvest a poisonous one and cook all of them together.
Wow.
And while you are enjoying the good one, you don't know when that's...
So it's just best to grow your own.
if you can.
All right. So welcome to my doctor and I. First question from Chidi Obasi Enugu. He says, Dr. Chigi, I must say I'm delighted to get this information from Signature TV, and I will plead that you create more awareness for people to learn. So this is more of a submission or thank you, text. Emeka O from Enugu says, Dr. Chigi, I started using oyster mushrooms in my egusi soup. Interesting. Since last year, my blood pressure has been more stable.
Definitely.
Thank you for this awareness. Wow.
Mushrooms, like I told you, mushrooms are medicine. All of these mushrooms, they have to reduce the blood, to regulate your blood pressure, lower your cholesterol. People say you have cholesterol, you should have, anytime you're taking oyster mushroom, for instance, this oyster, why I mention oyster is the easiest one to grow. It's very easy to grow. Once you are eating it, you find out that your health begins to, even you yourself, you notice a lot of health, you start feeling more alive. Because of the health benefits of this mushroom. Mushrooms contains a lot of antioxidants. You understand? So like I said, this mushroom, they can clear oil spillage. If it can clear something that is a problem, even this radiation that happened during that tsunami in Japan, there was a particular mushroom that was
That survived. Was it a mushroom or a shrub or something?
There's a mushroom that they put there to clear the environment.
Wow.
There's another mushroom that is used to eat plastic. This plastic that is a problem. There's a particular mushroom that eats all plastics. So mushrooms have a lot of
benefits to the body and to the environment.
It's eco-friendly. When you're growing mushroom, you're even creating cleaning up your environment, without even knowing it. So the health in it now, like I said, this one contains ergothioneine, and then it contains a lot of selenium. Selenium is one mineral that helps the body to fight free radicals.
Does the body produce selenium, or you have to eat it?
No, the body cannot produce it itself. So that is why you have to get it from mushrooms.
All right. Okay, moving on, Zainab Suleiman, Kanu, Nigeria says, please, which type of mushrooms is good for diabetes? I heard some can help lower blood sugar, but I don't know the correct one. Please.
This Canodama. You call it the queen of all medicinal mushrooms. Canodama lucidum, reishi mushroom. The red one is reishi mushroom. It's very, very popular, but it's the most popular medicinal mushroom in the whole world. This mushroom has a lot of health benefits. In fact, I started growing, it was a reverend father from Cameroon that called me and I started growing mushroom. Look for this Canodama, and the AIDS patients that is helping them so much there, because it helps to build the white blood cells. So naturally you're building up your immunity. So
somebody's wondering, how do I get this Canodama?
We grow it, we cannot, that's why we are here to help you. We have mushroom farmers. I've trained about 250 farmers, even within, then outside too. Then we have platforms. That one is over 1,000 people that have trained in my online platform. So when we train them, we also introduce the like this one is Canodama mushroom spawn. We introduce the spawn, you start growing your own. So this one now, once you see as it is now strong, you grind it into powder as a coffee, and then drink it as tea. Even people that have all these other multiple prostrate and things like that, people on kafta, when they start taking it after a while, they're off those things, because these are natural things.
They're off meds after taking this for a while.
Yes, I know somebody that came to me. I trained him, so I introduced this to him, but he didn't have it, so he now gave it to me. He collected from me and gave to somebody. He ran back to me after a few weeks and collected again and again. I said this thing was very, very helpful. I didn't know that it's that powerful. So God gave us a lot of things in mushrooms. He gave us meats. He gave us also medicine. He gave us protein. He gave us minerals. He gave us herbs in a start. So we grow our meat, we grow our medicine ourselves with mushrooms.
So Ifeoma Chukwu from Lagos, Nigeria is saying, mushrooms helped me during my recovery from typhoid. Okay, so they really boosted my energy. I use them in jollof rice and soups. Now, I know typhoid is caused by bacteria. Does mushrooms have antibacterial properties?
Yes.
Which
do.
exactly? Which of them?
Almost
Exactly?
all of them. Funny thing about mushrooms that every mushroom has a medicinal property. Just that some are more medicinal
Than the
like
others.
this one now. Say this one is like I use the word togoyaro of mushroom. This, you know when you talk of togoyaro, togoyaro is a power neem. It's a powerful herb. So these ones that you know that are no nonsense mushrooms that are just there as medicines. But every other mushroom has its own health. But if you now want to take the real one, but like this one this one now is a wood air mushroom. It's okay. Okay, this mushroom too. I didn't know it was that powerful. I know that I've read a lot of things about it, that it has to salt throat, it has to also regulate blood pressure and things like that. But it was somebody that told me about this mushroom, this particular one. Somebody gave me picked me up. I went to the office. So he said, "Are you do mushrooms?" I said, "Yes," because we took it to the office for some research. The nurse said, "There's a particular woman that was sick for years in their village for about 2 years. This woman was so sick. People all of a sudden they came back and saw this woman. She was like, she has recovered." So they now asked her what was her secret. She said, at times when God wants to help you, just give you a direction on what to do. There's a particular mushroom that she has been consuming, and it was she was the one that told me about it the first time before I even started growing and thinking about it. And she was taking that mushroom that they call Ntioke. That was what this little woman kept consuming, and all of a sudden she started getting better. One thing I know about mushroom that the more you take mushroom, even you yourself, you start noticing a lot of
improvements
in your body.
Okay. So moving on, Tunde Adebayo Ibadan, your state says, are the wild mushrooms found during rainy season safe to eat? My grandma used to say some are poisonous. What do you
Yes,
think?
like I said, there are so many poisonous mushrooms.
So he's saying the ones that grow at a particular time, rainy season. Is there any truth to that?
Mushrooms likes a lot of humidity.
But not really rain.
Just rain. Whenever it's raining, now the atmosphere has a lot of humidity.
It's humid.
That is why you see once it starts raining, you start seeing mushrooms springing up here and there. And some of them are so beautiful and enhancing. Some are even looking more beautiful than some wild ones. May look more beautiful than even the ones that they
Domesticated.
And you may be tempted to go, let me go and try. No, you don't do that. We don't advise. There are some wild ones you get in the wild, but they are the ones that already know, like the grandmother already knows that one. You understand? They've already known them by tradition. Not like even herbs. There are some herbs that you don't touch. But you may go to the village, your grandma say, this one, it's very good though. And if she's taking it with confidence, they decide to try it. The same thing with mushrooms. So don't take, because it's in the wild and you think it's beautiful or it looks nutritious. No, if it has not been proved. Unless we now that are in the mushroom farming, we know the names of a lot of them. So if you bring it now, I can identify it for you. I will have an identification group. We have an app we use to identify mushroom. We tell you the toxicity of the mushroom. We tell you the name of the mushroom, the biological group it belongs to, whether it can be cooked, how it can be cooked, and what the use is. So people that do mushroom, that are into mushroom, we are trained to know all these things so that we can help people demystify the mystery of mushrooms. Because some people don't touch, it's poison. No.
You know how it can be. Once one has an issue, it's generalized. All right.
Yes.
Moving on, Grace Ekanem Uyo Akwa Ibom says, mushrooms helped my mom's arthritis pain. She blends it with turmeric and uses it in soups. Natural healing is real. Now, what's with the combination with turmeric?
Yes. Yeah. And most times, turmeric itself is a very good spice, but most times, for it to bring out the benefits, most times you combine turmeric with something. Like I know turmeric is normally combined with something like
ginger.
Black seed.
Okay, black seed. Yes. Yes, I've heard that.
So combining it with mushroom definitely may help you.
Black pepper, right?
Black pepper. Then combining it with turmeric with
mushroom
may bring out more of its quality. But I know that this Kanadama and this one too, this shiitake is very, very good for arthritis, for the bone health. But anything that contains a lot of calcium, magnesium, zinc, you can't find them in vegetables. Even the vegetable that we are growing, before you know it is looking yellow. You understand? Even the fertilizer we are even using, it's not even organic.
True.
But mushroom is 100% organic. So why don't you feed your body with something that is natural?
Yes.
And look young and fresh.
Just the way you're looking. I must confess. All right, Usman Bala Jos Plateau State says, mushrooms grow well on our farm. We never used to eat them until we found out they help with the immune system and even cholesterol. I think we have touched on this. Atim Ali Kaduna says, how do I know the difference between the edible mushrooms and the dangerous ones? Is there any local guide or app for this? And I'm sure you have spoken about this. All right. There's an app. Chinonso M. Abia State says, I run a small mushroom farm. Congratulations, Chinonso. Honestly, more people need to know how medicinal they are, from iron to antioxidants. I even dry and grind some for tea. We already talked about that. Finally, Tola D. Oshobo Oshun State said, since I added mushrooms to my diet 3 times a week, my digestion has improved. I buy from local markets, but wish they were more available. I see you nodding like this. I see you nodding. All right. So time for myths and facts. I mean, what are truths and what are old wives' tales? So this is where we try to find out popular opinion, what people think about mushrooms, and you're here to demystify them. Are we good to go?
Like he's saying, the wish is to more. He can
More
do
available.
it himself. We can train you. That's why we are here.
Sure.
We train people to grow their own mushrooms, and I've not seen anybody I train to grow. It's not excited.
Yeah.
So I can have enough protein myself now. So I can take something that has a lot of minerals and vitamins and antioxidants.
So you know that since carbohydrate is a lot of, it's more in our staple food, having mushrooms will make you have protein
More proteins.
as available.
Like they also the one we put in.
Yeah, in egusi.
It's
Yes.
a mushroom too.
No way.
Yes, it is mushroom. Yes, it's even in this class.
The whitish
It's
also.
Yes, it's in this. It's in the same class. This one is Chlorotis australis. That's the botanical name.
Wow.
That one is a Chlorotis tubericum. It's very, very powerful mushroom, and it's very, very good for also anemia. It
Okay.
also helps very good in calcium, because there's a lot of calcium, and also helps to regulate even blood pressure. I know somebody that said that she used to have blood pressure. That also is a mushroom. But we just put small inside the bottle and think we are
We are
everything.
putting the thickening
However, we
agent.
can also help you, teach you how to grow some of these things too.
All
We
right.
grow all these varieties of mushrooms.
All right. So we have 2 minutes to wrap up. So I have just 2 myths so that you can quickly demystify them. Number 1 is all wild mushrooms are deadly. Is that true? No, it's not true. I think
Just
we
like all
covered
white,
that.
it's all white fruits. Bad.
Yeah, no.
Some of them even have more antioxidants than the other
Sure.
ones.
So mushrooms are
you don't-
only for. Sorry about that. You wanted to say
But you
something?
don't just take them because you feel that you have to know them. You have to be properly identified, or you have to have a history of that particular mushroom being eaten
By your people.
by your people. Otherwise, maybe you end up doing the wrong thing.
All right. Mushrooms are only for medicinal purposes, and I'm sure you've talked about this.
Yeah, well, not if you say only for medicinal purposes. That means you deny the child or your family that wants to take mushroom as protein, because they are very good meat substitutes, highly proteinous.
Yeah. Okay, so going on, mushroom cultivation is expensive. So
Like I told
this
you,
is false.
it's very false, because mushrooms are grown from substrates that are waste products. So it's not really expensive unless you don't actually know what you're doing. Or if we teach you, can grow mushroom with every time. Some people grow mushroom with buckets, some grow with basins, some grow with bags, polythene bags. Anything you find can serve as a growing medium, as long as you have a waste that can accept the mushroom spores or the spawn.
All right. Okay, so mushrooms are not a viable business opportunity. Do you actually make money from, cultivating mushrooms?
Yes, when I sell mushrooms, I make money.
Do you sell the substrates?
I sell the substrate, but there are different ways to introduce mushroom to people. At times when I finish training people, they say they don't want to grow their own, or all that they want is this bag, so that the bag will be producing mushroom for them. I sell the substrate back to them, and it will be flushing out mushrooms for them. Then there are some people that say, teach me how to do it from the scratch. I teach them how to do it from the scratch. So depending on what the person wants, you can now give it to the person.
All right. So mushrooms are only found in forests. I'm sure that we have answered this question already. You can actually grow it in your homes. The mushrooms have no spiritual significance. What do you have to say about this?
Yeah, that's some,
Because when you actually mentioned, what do you mean magical mushrooms?
Yeah, there are mushrooms that are attached to they're called sorry, maybe I didn't get the word right. But mostly magical mushrooms, and some of them.
What do they do?
It's not really legal to grow some of them, so in some countries too. Some of them can make you high. Some of them can make you hallucinate.
Wow.
Then some of them in recent times, there are researches on some of them. The Cubanis, I'm not too sure of their names now. I also help for psychiatric patients in taking care of anxiety, depression, So those ones though they are magical mushrooms or maybe they call them a mushroom that's not in the regular species that we know.
Yeah.
But they are very helpful in that. So researches are still going on, and people are testifying on how good those ones are.
Well,
But
they should be regulated, so they are not
no,
abused.
those ones are highly, just like some drugs are highly regulated. So those ones are not part of what we are talking about. Those ones are another issue. It's not because the person that has a question now took us in that direction.
Yeah, direction.
So those ones, we don't need to talk about them, because we finished the ones that are
About the ones that will give you.
even illegal to grow, even in your country.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, it's good to know. All right, mushrooms consumption is not safe for children. Is there any truth to that?
Safe for children? No.
Very safe for children.
Children can take any
Sure.
mushroom, so far you know how to cook it. Well, that's what I normally advise. If you are not used to any particular mushroom, don't eat it too much. Just take small, and let your body start getting used to it before you don't just start there and now consume a lot of things. So there could be allergies, just like in any other thing. You can also have some allergies when you take some things that your body is not used to.
Sure. All right. Finally, mushrooms are not a priority crop. Someone thinks it's not a priority crop.
Well, I want to suggest that you prioritize it for your health.
At least that's why we're here to
Yes,
bring
prioritize
awareness.
Prioritize it, because a lot of issues that people are going through, health issues, only one small mushroom can take care of it. You know this Ganodama. It's called the queen of all medicinal mushroom. I want to advise anybody that is watching, go and Google Ganodama mushroom. You find out that a lot of properties in this mushroom can take care of a lot of multiple health issues. At least help you to avert some things. You're taking, you have people that have BP, you take it, they give you the testimony. People that have a blood pressure issue, cardiovascular health, then sleep. It's called the spirit mushroom too. I remember the first time my husband took it, I feel a little bit tipsy.
Wow.
I said, yes, this mushroom is an anti-stress. It makes you feel sleepy.
Yeah.
When you have gone out during the day, you're stressed out and things like that, you come back, you take this one. Like now, we make this one in tinctures too. Oh, I make too. And every day, I just get to open it up. It's a little bit hard. Just put a little drop.
Wow.
Just 2 drops. After a while, you start feeling much better.
Much relaxed.
Even you notice an improvement in health.
Wow.
This Ganodama, you tinctured it. Like I said, some people take it as coffee, some people take it as tincture. But you get more benefit if you're taking it as tincture.
Because it's been extracted.
Yes.
All right. Wow. So finally, do you have any parting shots? Because do you have any advice, parting shots, or?
Yes. Advice I want to tell people is that demystify the thought that mushroom is not good, that all mushrooms are poisonous. No. Just like not all animals, wild animals are good to stay in the house.
Yeah.
The same thing is mushroom.
Yeah.
But it's not because of wild animals that you eat. You eat the goat, eat the cow.
Yeah.
So eat the cow and the goat of mushrooms too, and the chicken and mushrooms too. So I want to advise people to imbibe the culture of eating mushrooms, because for your own good, and also because of the cost of protein.
Yeah.
Meat is very expensive.
Sure.
But if you can eat these ones, they're not too expensive. You have enough protein in the pot all through the week. And your children are looking healthier and stronger.
Sure. Thank you so much, Amaka Allison. It's been a very wonderful time talking with you and having you discuss and give us understanding about mushrooms. We've learned about oyster mushrooms and the ones I can't even pronounce. I have to go. Lion's mane. And I'm sure you too.
It's called shiitake.
Yeah, shiitake.
This one is called woodhead.
Itioke. Yeah. All right. So I'm sure you must have learned a thing or two about mushrooms. Don't forget, this is still Inside Health, and we want to still hear from you. Have you had any experience with mushrooms? So go on over to our social media platforms at YouTube, Facebook. Go like, comment, and share. Catch us 247 on SLTV Channel 265 and download the Signature TV app. Well, that's much you can take today on the show. Don't forget, your health is wealth. Goodbye for now. My name is Chigichi Agoram. Bye.